Welcome to the Explainer. So let's jump right into something every single retailer or service provider knows all too well: the absolute stress of ordering custom materials or starting a massive job without a firm financial commitment. Today, we're going to explore exactly how to effectively collect deposits on estimates using Register POS. So, let me ask you a question. Are you leaving money on the table? Because honestly, if you're just handing out quotes and crossing your fingers, you probably are. Securing a customer commitment early is absolutely vital for healthy cash flow. Taking a deposit on a future order, it guarantees customer buy-in, and critically, it provides the actual capital you need to initiate the work or order the materials. Stop spending your own money to fund a customer's pending project. Using the deposits on estimates feature in Register POS simplifies this whole process, letting you collect those upfront payments while keeping the transaction tied directly to the original quote. Here's a quick roadmap for this explainer. 1. Securing your cash flow. 2. The checkout workflow. 3. Setting policies and permissions. 4. Converting estimates to sales. And 5. Automated QuickBooks Sync. All right, part 1, securing your cash flow, the foundation of customer commitment. Now, a massive pain point for a lot of retailers is how deposits affect inventory. Well, here's the rule in Register POS. A deposit on an estimate does not remove inventory from your available stock until that estimate is actually converted into a final sale. That is huge. It means taking an upfront payment won't prematurely skew your available stock counts. You can secure the cash and the commitment without causing absolute chaos for your inventory managers in the back room. Moving right along to part 2, the checkout workflow. Fast, flexible, and seamless. Picture the front counter. The workflow here is designed purely for speed and precision. First, you create an estimate and add your products or services. Second, you just request the deposit payment. This pops right up on the screen. Third, you save and track it. The system automatically connects this payment directly against the original quote, leaving the remaining balance open. And fourth, you print the receipt. It clearly displays the deposit amount paid and lists the specific estimate number right there on the slip. It is an incredibly rapid, straightforward process for your cashiers. And this really highlights the flexibility you absolutely need in real-world retail. You're never boxed into just one way of doing things. You can accept partial or full payments toward that future sale. Even better, Register POS accommodates multiple deposits on a single estimate, meaning if your customer wants to pay in installments over a few weeks, like a traditional layaway program, you just pull up the estimate, hit Take Deposit, and add another payment. And because we all know customers sometimes change their minds, you can process a refund directly from the estimate in literally just a few clicks. It's completely adaptable to whatever is happening on the floor. Okay, section 3, setting policies and permissions. Back-end control. Behind the scenes, administrators have total control over how money is collected using the organization's settings. You really have two main options here to fit your specific business model. On one hand, you can set a minimum deposit percent. Say you set this to 25%. The system strictly enforces it. No deposit is accepted unless it meets that 25% threshold. Done. On the other hand, you have the suggested deposit percent. This doesn't enforce a hard minimum. Instead, it auto-populates a recommended amount at checkout, but gives the cashier room to manually adjust it before finishing the transaction. So it's basically the choice between a rigid financial rule and a flexible counter-suggestion.
But of course, if you have rigid rules, you're gonna need exceptions occasionally, right? That brings us to user permissions. In your user profile settings, you can configure really granular control for each role. You decide exactly who's allowed to accept a deposit below minimum, who can create or change a deposit, and, this is a big one, who has the authority to create a deposit refund. This guarantees that only your authorized, trusted staff can override minimums or hand cash back to a customer.
Next up, Section 4, converting estimates to sales, fulfilling the order.
When the customer actually comes back, converting that estimate is incredibly seamless. You just search for the estimate number or the customer's name, open the record, and select Sell from Estimate. From there, you have total flexibility. You can select all items to fulfill the entire order at once, or, say only part of the order has arrived, you can pick and choose specific items and quantities to finalize right then and there. And once you proceed to checkout, that's where the magic happens. The system automatically applies any and all previously collected deposits to the final amount due. Your cashier doesn't have to hunt for old receipts or pull out a calculator. The deposit is clearly listed right under the adjustments total. You collect whatever the remaining balance is, and once that final payment is made, Register POS automatically marks the estimate as closed. Finally, Section 5, Automated QuickBooks Sync, real-time accounting magic.
So when you map your GL accounts in the register settings, the system handles all the double entry bookkeeping automatically in QuickBooks Online. Check this out. When you accept a deposit at the counter, Register generates a journal entry that credits your customer deposit liability account and debits accounts receivable. Then, when that estimate finally converts to a finalized sale, a corresponding journal entry is created to reverse it, debiting the liability account and crediting accounts receivable. The beauty here? Manual data entry is entirely eliminated. And we're not just pushing raw numbers here, it pushes rich, detailed data. The journal entry in QuickBooks Online automatically includes the customer's name, and it uses the exact register estimate number as the journal entry number. It even adds automated description notes like applying deposit for estimate number. This level of automated detail means your financial records perfectly reflect your actual cash on hand versus your recognized revenue. It keeps your books perfectly balanced, and honestly, it keeps your accountant very, very happy. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. If your current system cannot secure your cash flow up front while perfectly balancing your books in the background, what is that gap really costing you? Think about the time, the lost revenue, the headaches. Implementing deposits on estimates protects your business and creates a transparent, highly professional experience for your customers. Stop spending hours manually entering accounting data or leaving money on the table.
Experience the difference a true real-time point-of-sale system can make. Learn more at abilityregister.com or email Mike at sales@abilityregister.com and discuss how Register Point of Sale can be a perfect fit for your store.